Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be continuing our looks at the Marvel Legends Strange Tales wave with the man of memes himself, Brother Voodoo, or Dr. Voodoo in this case, because he has the Eye of Agamotto and the Papa Shango, Dr. Facilier face paint going on, but also known as Dr. Doodoo, because this guy seems to be the quote-unquote turd of the wave, although I don't really understand it since it is the best version of this character we have, and he comes with more accessories than most figures in this wave, so bit of a head scratcher there, but nonetheless this is brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters and take a look at those accessories that Brother Voodoo comes with, starting off with a pair of alternate hands. He's got a fist and a open hand there, a turn your head and cough hand. Oh yeah! Almost missed it there. But of course those can be spellcasting hand or what have you. He also comes with some swirly twirly magic effects, which I don't think any of the other Brother Voodoos came with. They definitely didn't come with all hands. But this one comes with the same staff accessory we've seen with those other Brother Voodoo figures. The one from the Book of Ashanti box set and the standard one that came out with the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave, I want to say. I think a year later. But this one feels a little bit more gummy. I might swap it out for the other one. I would have really liked to have gotten one that fades to like a green color, because I think that kind of fits the whole Voodoo aesthetic. But other than that, that's it. I think it's a pretty decent spread. The only other thing I think he should have come with is an alternate head without the face paint, since I do believe that he only had the face paint when he was Dr. Voodoo. That said, you can actually remove this little Eye of Agamotto here. It is a clasp for his cape, but I don't know if I'd recommend that, just because you could lose it. And I think the cape disconnects here, where it plugs in. I don't know. I can't tell really, but either way, we're going to leave the cape on, because it is kind of a pain in the butt to get back on there. It's not all tattered up either, so maybe a tattered cape to swap in along with a regular head. But needless to say, I actually don't hate this figure at all. I think he's pretty cool. I didn't get Dr. Voodoo from the Book of Ashanti box set, so I'm very happy to have this guy in my collection, and I think he looks a little cooler with the face paint anyway, so even if it's not accurate, I would have probably had him rocking the face paint on the regular version. But maybe I'll swap the cape from that one onto this one, since Dr. Stephen Strange is always going to be Sorcerer Supreme for me. But as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate side to side. He's got the disc hinge, so you can look up and down. Pretty good range considering all of his hair and his cape and whatnot. I will say one of his dreads is cut off from this head sculpt. He had like a patch of them that kind of hung forward on this side, I think, on the previous versions. That is absent here, probably to compensate for the cape. The shoulders will move up and down. They will hinge up about that far. Kind of got to push down on him to get him to go up, but it won't chew the shoulder up or anything, so that's good. He's got a bicep twist. Double jointed pinless elbows. That work pretty well. And then he's got a swivel in the wrist with a hinge that goes up and down, so I think these are the Kazar hands. Not sure why he needs trigger fingers, but they're there. And not for nothing, didn't Brother Voodoo use guns anyways? So maybe he could get some use out of that. He's got this cool little skull belt on his hip there. He's got 3 skulls hanging there, and then he's got the long sash here. I don't know if this is reused from the other Brother Voodoos, but I do quite like it. I think it's a cool piece. Ab crunch will go that far forward. And that far back. With the cape, you probably get more without it, obviously. His waist will turn for the most part, and then he can kick forward. Not really back because of the cape, but he can't kick out very far either, but it's Brother Voodoo. I don't know how much crazy stunts he's going to be doing. He's got a thigh cut. He's got a double knee. which is kind of hindered because he's got those weird Spider UK legs with the wrinkles that kind of hinder it. So if you're good with a nail file, you'd probably file those down and get more range out of that. I'm not into modding my figures like that, unfortunately, so that will not be happening here. But he does have a boot cut that works pretty well. And then he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint. And that's your lot. I will say the peg hole on his back seems a little high for this cape, maybe. I might need to do some heat warping to get it to sit right, but... well, actually, that's not terrible, I guess. Either way. It doesn't sit the best, but it's not the worst cape ever. It sits better than most capes, I'll tell you that much. But maybe a little heat warping would do it some good. But yeah, I like this figure. I don't know why everyone's crapping on it. Like, I get it, we've gotten this character before, and if anything, we should have got his Strange Tales look instead of this look again, but a lot of people don't have Dr. Voodoo, and they just released that Doctor Strange 2-pack with Wong, so it kind of makes sense. Kind of. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and people just don't like being happy, I suppose, so they're gonna whine and complain about it until the cows come home, I guess. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is Voodoo, alongside a couple other figures from the Strange Tales wave. We have Mr. Damien Hellstrom, aka the Son of Satan. Still kind of surprised this figure got made. As well as Lilith, the Mother of Demons, character I've wanted for the longest time, so I'm very much looking forward to taking a look at her. Getting them out of the way. Can't help but feel that Lilith should have been on a taller body, but we'll talk about that more later. Let's bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. He's dropping that club of yours. Yeah. And the infamous Elephant Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. It kind of looks like Brother Voodoo here swiped Al Simmons' costume. Based off the red cape, black bodysuit, white highlights. Very interesting. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I do think that calling good old Brother Voodoo here a Dr. Adudu is as funny as the next guy, I don't think there's anything inherently bad with this figure. I think, if anything, he is one of the stronger Marvel Legends to come out through the entirety of the calendar year 2024. That said, much like Mr. Moon Knight, we took a look at yesterday, I do not think we need any more Brother Voodoos in this particular costume. We've gotten Dr. Voodoo, we've gotten Brother Voodoo in this look. I think it's time for the classic look that was actually a part of the Strange Tales comic books. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.